Witchcraft Wicca is the name of the channel on YouTube. And finally got it into the thousands of subscribers, so I'm enjoying a little bit of...
I knew that voice. I was like, I swear I know that voice.
They tell me I do have a bit of a unique voice.
I was a modern apothecary. Apothecary in the sense that we supply other witches with the herbs and the stones that they need to do their working. A lot of witches, and there's nothing wrong with that, will pick up like, Treece twigs and whatnot and make their own tools, but for the longest time when it was a common practice, just like anything else, there was a certain source that you went to, just like in a modern day you'd go to the pharmacy for medicine. There are doctors, they send you to the pharmacy. Other witches, and we work very closely with other covens in the Houston area, will refer people to us, and we're a fully stocked carrying apothecary. We source all of our stuff local, super hypoallergenic, none of this nonsense incense that you get from Walmart or anything. Our stones, in fact, like our jet stones, wash up on the shore of the ocean at Galveston, and we go and harvest them off of a private beach. The quartz crystals all come from Arkansas, are hand-picked, and then we put together our own herb kits. We have a lady in our coven who's bruja all the way back to her great-grandmother in Monterrey, Mexico, and she's the one who puts the herbs together. So we're trying to be fully stocked dispensary for people who want to practice Wicca.
So y'all do wholesaling and all of that?
Yes, we do all that, yes.
How long have y'all been in store?
We've officially opened doors last year. I moved down here to be with my fiance. I'm from Chicago, and I'm from a coven in the Midwest, and she's a practicing Druid, and then we both got together, and it was our brainchild to put this store together because we noticed we had to go all over. We went to Galveston to get our crystals, Arkansas to get quartz crystals, up on the north side of town to get sage, over to like a botanica or a voodoo shop to get something else, and we were like, why don't we just put it all
together for yourselves?
Yeah. So we're here and we're online, but we really try to get face-to-face time with people so we can teach them the herbs and walk them through them.
And this is the best solution for that.
Yeah, Pagan Pride's pretty good, particularly the scene in Houston. We really help out. Like, we're really close with the gentleman who runs the Mojo, Midtown Mojo, and we sell the same articles, but we'll send each other to each other and use our own specialties. It's a pretty a good working situation.
What pathway do you practice particularly?
I come from old school Wicca. Elizabeth Barrett was our high priestess, and she's actually been on the Llewellyn calendar, and she's actually written a lot of reviews. That's what she does for Wiccan and magical books for Llewellyn for years and years and years, and was an editor of Sage Woman and Green Egg for a little bit. Her group was eclectically pagan, so I stood in circle with Asatru, so I have a very wide range of pagan
You've been
practices.
practicing for a while.
Yeah, off and on for like many years, yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was telling Mr. Gramassi, who's here, Raven Gramassi's here, that his first book I bought with my allowance from church camp in 8th grade, and it was called Italian Witchcraft, and my Italian grandma found it and beat me with a wooden spoon and freaked me out. And then it's like one of those things where you tell a kid not to hit a red button. From then on, I stockpiled books. Yeah, so then I ended up having a huge collection of witchcraft books, so it was kind of fun to see full circle and sit down and watch them talk. But I've been a huge fan of your site, and we're actually starting a coven here that we have an outer court, and I actually send people to your YouTube channel because you break down the tools so very well and eloquently that it's just genius. I'm like, let me just send you right here. So
very important. I mean, above anything and everything, there's the guide system and your tools.
Right.
I mean, and without those two things, nothing is going to work really good.
And I think a lot of people get some of these Wicca 101 books and they fast forward through those chapters when they don't have a fundamental
They want to get to the juice. They don't want to get to the religion of it. How do they do the magic?
Gramassi was talking about that. He made an interesting note that he said that he's met a lot of pagans who've been pagans for years, and when they get like a terminal illness, they go back to their old church. And he said that's because they don't understand we have our own theology. We're a religion. There were pagans who died of cancer before it was called cancer in the ancient times, and they didn't give up their religion. It was afterlife and mythology. And he said mythology to us is like Bible stories of Noah to little kids. But a lot of people, like you said, they want to get to the juice. The beauty of Wicca is it's about immanent deity, like that you are God, and that's it's so mind-blowing. The tools are cool, the spells, I love it. I love standing in circle and seeing the moon and worshiping the trees. But the deeper philosophy of Wicca is just just a beautiful thing. It really
yeah.
is. So I recommend people dig deep into it. But thank you for giving us this opportunity to talk.
I will surely air it. I mean, it's been really good talking to you, and you seem to have a good logical head on your shoulder about
Thank
it.
you.
Know where you're at with things. What is your physical address of your store?
Our physical address is 2642 Forge Creek Road. We're on the northwest side of Houston by Veterans and Memorial, but we also have a website, and we can send you stuff out, and we can come to events. Dolabella Group in general, I'm trying to bring people from the psychic and the magical set under one kind of firm. So we have people who are psychics, we have people who do stonework. He's one of the best in the entire state for that. We have tarot readers, and we're all under the same umbrella. So what I want to eventually have is like a clinic. When you go to a doctor, you can go to all these different doctor offices.
Places.
I want someone to be able to come to a metaphysical center and have different people be able to do that. So we're grabbing people in
That's
left
really
and right
a
trying to
cool
do that.
thing to reach for.
And I personally went to college for life coaching, so what I'm trying to do is make a pagan version of life coaching.
Is there anything that you would like to say to new pagans out there that are still trying to find their pathway?
Yes, don't skip and go right to the good stuff, because it's all good stuff, and read, and practice. Part of having a religion that you believe God is immanent means you have to do something. Wicca is a practice, a daily practice. It's not an intellectual thing, which is a leftover from the Bible and the Abrahamic faith, where a lot of theology, and then you get in a room and you debate stuff with people. That's not what Wicca and ancestor worship and the Native Americans, it was more of a practice. I like to say think more yoga and think less Bible.
I'm Lady Leeanna with the Witchcraft Wicca channel on YouTube. Some call it Wicca for today. What is your name?
Tony Reyna.
Tony
Reyna.
Rainy?
Reyna. Like the queen in Spanish.
Reyna.
Reyna.
Oh, flamboyant. Just think flamboyant.
Yes.
Tell me about yourself.
So I am a accountant by day, pagan by night, I guess you'd call it. Although I exude my paganism everywhere. But I do regular office work during the day, and I try to be as involved as I can with our community.
That's
So,
always good.
it is.
That's always good. On what parts, though, do you specialize in as far as where you conduct your help?
With the community, I'm basically, I do grunt work for everybody. I try to assist where they need me. Like today I showed up and I helped set up vendors. That's not what I was supposed to do. I'm technically like the secretary for the group. I make sure we have meeting notes and all that good stuff.
What group is this?
This is the Houston Pagan Pride.
Okay, so it is about the Pagan Pride.
It is the
this
Pagan
work.
Pride. So, and we also have other groups that we associate with, such as CMA, and we have our own local groups, such as the P&O, that's Pagan's Night Out, and we meet once a month. So we've created a little community in the Houston area, and we basically just get together to.
Houston is so big, so it's good to make a little community to where you can feel close with certain people.
And we actually bring people from all around town. Some of the people that are here from Clear Lake, I'm from Cypress myself. We have people that come in from Sugar Land. It's a big melting pot, really.
Now, you specified for me before we actually got on camera that you're a new pagan.
I am.
Do you have any idea what pathway you're leaning toward?
I do, actually. I am following what is called a Minoan path.
A what?
A Minoan path. It's
Minoan.
It's based out in Crete, and it's basically taught down through what people have found or have learned through their predecessor.
It tries to stay close to true as possible of the oldest days.
It is, and it's not a structured teaching. It's more of just lectures, and you grow together as a group.
So it's not a planned teaching.
No.
It's a go as you can and get what you
Correct.
get
And
out
here's
of
some
it.
literature that'll get you some of the knowledge that we've learned, and this is where we are at the moment.
Is it like a Indian type culture?
No, it's very, it's pre-Greek, so it follows the same pantheon, but then the Greeks took it from the Minoans, if you will, like
So
the
great.
Minotaurs and all that
So
stuff.
you
It's
follow a
Greek.
lot to do with the Greek mythology.
Correct.
Tartarus and
Yes.
Mount Olympus. And,
Of course.
Yeah, I love it. I read
Yep.
it all the time. As a matter of fact, that was one of the videos that I were going to do in the near future.
Okay.
Of course, people keep throwing ideas at me,
Nice.
so I'll get there whenever I get there.
Exactly.
But I loved your outfit. I mean,
you.
it's fabulous. It's flamboyant, and
I love it.
Definitely tells people that you are who you are, and that's
am.
what Pagan Pride Day is really about,
really
isn't it?
It really is, and we help people, or we tell them to be themselves. That's another thing that I do within the community. There's people that think that they're oddballs. There are people that think they don't
Aren't
fit.
we all?
Of course, exactly. You know, but there's this societal norm that everyone feels they have to follow. And if I don't fit that mold, I'm not going to be accepted. And I think that that's crap personally.
It is crap. I mean, it really
So
is.
I help people and boost morale, and
Teach them that it's okay to be unique.
Exactly.
Because if we weren't, then we'd be walking around driving the same cars, wearing the same exact color of clothes, doing the same thing all the time. And that would be crap. I mean, and that's what a lot of your older generation would expect of us.
Exactly.
You know, the less laid back and the people that are definitely not within the pagan cultures. You know, we're supposed to follow a blueprint.
Exactly.
Which
I don't like blueprints.
I don't either. I mean, really, you don't follow one when you're patterning out your clothing to sew.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. It's what I feel like today. So.
But where are you from exactly? Here in Houston.
In Houston,
You
I'm
said that,
in
right?
Cypress. Yes, it's the northwest side of Houston. It's far enough to be outside of the city, but it's close enough to be able to come in.
So you got your peace, and yet
Correct.
you've got the chaos of the city, and I love that too. I like to keep one foot in and one foot out.
Yeah.
I'm too far out in the country though.
Well, that's not a bad thing either.
And starting a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Reaching out and actually helping other people instead of seeking out for myself.
Exactly.
I mean, I've been leading in pagan groups for over 20 years, and, you know, and I thought, okay, instead of teaching a few people or even 20 people at one time,
Exactly.
I can teach thousands.
and reach out to the masses.
And now I'm finally up to, 3,500 viewers and growing like wildfire just over a year's time.
That's awesome.
And so I'm pretty happy about that, and I'm glad to be able to talk to someone like yourself, because like so many of my viewers stuck out in the sticks, not having anybody to talk to, and that's why they put themselves out there too far and they get busted on their ass.
Correct.
And then they shy away from the religion altogether, or the branches within paganism,
Exactly.
because they get stones thrown at them, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, so I understand implicitly where they're coming
Exactly.
from. But yeah, to get out of the country and come out and talk to you guys is really good for me.
Awesome.
But you know, watch the show.
Definitely.
Leave a comment.
I will.
Find me under Witchcraft Wicca, and it would be good to hear from you.
Great,
See how
great.
you're doing.
Awesome. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
You take care, and thanks for the interview.
No problem. Thank you.